professor at the University of Southern California found himself at the center of controversy after using a Mandarin word in class that sounded like a racial slur in English. A student named Brittany denounced this issue to the school. A group called the Alumni had many members whose native language is Mandarin. They defended the professor, while Brittany believed the professor was in the wrong. I agree with the alumni group. Two reasons why I sided with this group is Brittany assumed that it was the professor's intent to harm, and I also believe that cultures shouldn't have to restrict their languages for other cultures' security. How far is too far when striving for equity for people who are made to feel marginal? I believe that Brittany went too far on this issue. She did not know the professor's background. She didn't ask questions. She automatically assumed it was his intention to harm just because of his physical appearance. The podcast states how the professor had been speaking Mandarin for 2 years and he never made the connection between the two words. But a major point to me is he never said the word. Yes, he said a word that sounds similar, but he never said the exact word. The communication accommodation theory provides a better understanding on this topic. There are two types of accommodation. The first is convergence. This is the attempt to show similarity. The second is divergence. This is the attempt to create distance between the audience and the speaker's self. Brittany used divergence. She never considered the ethnic background just because he is a white man that said a word similar to a racial slur. The second reason why I agree with the alumni group is that I don't believe cultures should have to restrict their language for other cultures' security. To me, language plays a crucial role in the construction and maintenance of ethnic identity. The construction of race and ethnicity varies greatly across communities as well as across within individuals. In the podcast, I mentioned a person who has parents who speak Mandarin. The word that the professor said is a filler word typically used every day. An example for this in English would be saying like. You say it so much that you barely even realize that you use it. It was repeatedly said in public by the person's parents, and the person asked their parents not to use it because of how other people reacted. But while I agree you need to be aware of how other cultures will react to certain words, one major point is that it's not the word. Yes, it's similar, but it is not the word. All in all, when dealing with racial topics such as this, it's a very fragile subject. Say one thing remotely even close to being wrong, and it'll be blown completely out of proportion. Just like what happened with this professor, students, and the alumni group. Brittany assumed that the teacher had racial intentions just because of his physical appearance. And also, cultures shouldn't have to restrict their languages for another culture's security. These are the reasons why I side with the alumni group.